Welcome back.
Hurry up, man.
Welcome
Let's
back
go,
to QB7. I'm here with Packers legend Greg Jennings, and I got a couple questions for him, and Greg is going to give you some good insight on his top 7 receivers that he think was the best of the best. Greg, let's get into it. But I got one question for you, and I want to know, from the Super Bowl run that y'all had in 2010, what was your greatest memory?
My greatest memory was the first playoff game.
From the first playoff game?
When we had to go to Philly.
Oh,
and we had
God.
to beat this magical Philadelphia Eagle team. And it just so, did you?
I was the guy.
I think he was the guy.
I was the guy.
And you almost came back. I mean, it was special. But that wasn't, I only said that because
You know
I'm
what?
right here.
I'm going to tell you what happened. Riley Cooper in practice that week, he ran a go route, left side, threw it up to him. We'd been telling Riley, look, 6'3", go up and just start sending receivers, mossing them. And he mossed the guy in practice. And I know it was a practice squad guy, but he still mossed him. And in the game, on Tremont Williams, I had a flashback of that play in practice, and I put it up. Real story, Greg. And he let Tremont Williams
I'm going to tell you something.
intercept the ball.
A lot of quarterbacks have tried Tremont Williams.
He's a good player.
He can bounce.
He's a good player.
He's undersized at times, but he can bounce.
So that was a good answer to this
Gotcha.
question. I can see why that could be your greatest
But
memory, because that kick-started everything.
My real greatest memory, honestly, was the 3rd and 10 in the Super Bowl. It was 3rd and 5 originally. We get a false start. Now it's 3rd and 10. Pittsburgh has momentum. They're potentially making a swing as far as coming back and taking the lead. We need a huge play. Aaron looks at me and says, I'm coming to you.
Yeah.
They're in 2-man, 55. I got Ike Taylor across from me.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, I got to win inside.
Was it the corner route that you ran?
No, it wasn't the corner route.
Okay.
It was another seam up the middle.
Gotcha.
It was a middle read.
I remember that play. Okay,
And
I
they're
remember.
in 2-man, so split safeties, and I'm thinking to myself, there is no way Ike is gonna let me get inside.
Right.
This is Ike.
Right.
He not letting me, and he didn't let me get inside. I went over the top, and Aaron threw a ball. Ike got his finger on it, and I was able to corral it in.
Yeah.
First down, and it was pretty much game, set, match after
I know
that.
you probably think about that all the time. Tell me your top 7 receivers, if you had to name them all in no particular order, greatest receivers ever to play in your opinion.
Top 7, no order.
No particular order.
Jerry Rice, obviously. Randy Moss. T.O. Whew, this is where it starts getting a little interesting. I got Calvin Johnson.
Wow.
I mean, he stopped playing early.
Yeah.
If he were still playing,
Megatron.
Megatron. The numbers that he was putting up was ridiculous.
Yeah.
How many is that?
That's 4.
That's 4. Ooh, only
Take
3
your time.
more?
Take your time. We got
only
time to
3 more. I was a huge Greatest Show on Turf fan.
Okay. Which one? Bruce or Hope?
Exactly.
Bruce or Hope? Take your pick.
I loved as much as I love Torrey Hope.
Yeah.
Isaac Bruce, just his precision of route running and the way he caught everything about it. I really idolized my game after guys like him. So I got to put Isaac Bruce on that.
Okay. Would you put Steve Largent on your list?
You know what?
He's a guy that just popped in my head. I'm just thinking of guys. Because
out of respect, I would, but I'm not.
Irvin?
Playmaker is definitely on my list.
Okay.
Like guys like Michael Irvin, these are guys that I was able to watch and actually physically see play the game.
Let's rip off 2 more.
Rip off 2 more.
And then I recollect for you.
I'm going to go back to the Green Bay Packers. Sterling Sharpe.
Wow. Wow.
Sterling Sharpe.
The route running.
The catching ability of Sharpe. I've never, to this day, seen a guy who can catch over either shoulder as effortless as Sterling Sharpe.
Really?
Like, he just would let the ball drop. I mean, he wouldn't open his shoulders up as a receiver. You know how hard hard that is.
That's
like, he would just run, stack you as a defensive back, and just let the ball drop over either shoulder,
and
all the way over.
And created that space so just he could catch the ball.
It's just special. Sterling Sharpe.
Let's dig out one more.
One more. Whoa, wait a minute.
Just hit him.
Wait a minute.
Just hit him.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Fitz, I can't believe. You see what this list does? You see what this list does
and
for
that's
you?
why it's a hard list, man. But it's
Fitz, Larry Fitzgerald. I don't know what I was thinking. Put him in there.
I'm putting Larry
Somebody,
Fitzgerald
Isaac Bruce got to come out.
And you know what, Greg, I got to throw you in there. You know why, man? Because it was very few receivers who could run after catch like Greg Jennings. And bro, when I say you did it and you did it well, and I admire guys who can run, but when the ball touched your hands in your prime, you was one of the most dynamic guys with the ball in your hand.
Honestly, all I thought was score. I got one guy to beat, and I'm sure you understand how being elusive, having an elusive mindset, and when you get to that second level, it's like you can't go down now. Yeah. And that was just my mentality as a receiver. Once I got the ball in my hands.
Last question: do you miss the game of football?
You know what? I don't, man.
Yeah,
I don't. I'm so happy with where I am in life, with being daddy, with being a husband, with being able to support my family and be present with my family,
yes.
And spend the amount of time that I have with them, and kind of having the flexibility to kind of do what I want to do, and work alongside guys like yourself.
Get on TV and speak the truth like you've been doing.
No doubt, and swing my golf clubs with guys like you, man. It's great, man.
Hey, Greg Jennings signing out, man. Look forward to have you back on QB7.
QB7.
Thank you.
Appreciate you having me on QB7.
We blowing up. My show blowing up.
The countdown is on to a legendary pregame party with music's biggest superstars and backstage access to the greatest halftime ever. It all happens just before kickoff. The Fox Super Bowl pregame show, Sunday.